Is this the beginning of the end for cruise ship COVID protocols? Carnival released more information about Luminosa, and Pacific Encounter is coming to Sydney. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy. As always, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. This week, NCL announced that it would be ending its pre-cruise testing requirement. From August 1st, guests won't be required to test for COVID before the start of their cruise, unless this is specifically required by local regulations. That means cruises departing from the US, Canada, Greece, and Bermuda will still require pre-cruise testing. In much the same vein, Royal Caribbean Blog reported that during the recent President's Cruise held on board Ovation of the Seas, Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey stated during a Q&A session that pre-cruise testing would likely be around for the next few months at least. These developments seem to set the course for the eventual removal of the testing requirement on a larger scale. Locally, cruise passengers on both P&O and Princess need to undertake at least a rapid antigen test within a day or two of boarding and then self-report their negative result. This in itself presents problems, as the entire system is basically predicated on the honesty policy. I suspect we'll see testing requirements remain in the Australian cruise industry until at least next year, but as we've learned with things recently, they can change very quickly. Carnival have released a teaser image of the new to the brand Carnival Luminosa. The ship is coming to the fleet from Costa Cruises, and as part of the transfer, she will undergo minor alterations. One of those changes is the removal of Costa's colours and installation of Carnival's, but it seems that this doesn't extend to the funnel. Carnival is famous for their bright red whale tail, and it seems strange to me that they're omitting this from the Luminosa. As well, it looks like Carnival's latest paint job design won't be making it across either. Though it was previously announced that there would be only minor changes made, it still seems like a large oversight for the new ship to be missing such a recognizable brand trait. Carnival now have a dedicated webpage for the Luminosa, but it doesn't reveal anything new. Bookings have yet to open for her upcoming Australia and Alaska cruise seasons. As mentioned previously, Princess's brand new Premier Fare tier has brought with it the opportunity for guests to win prizes with the aptly named Princess Prizes. The competition will eventually be offered fleet-wide and is tied with the Medallion technology. Guests who choose the Premier Fare tier will automatically be enrolled into the program. The offering officially kicked off on board Majestic Princess on July 5th, but will soon expand to other ships, with Australia's own Coral Princess set to debut the service by July 29th. The competition means cruisers have the opportunity to win anything between onboard credit, free cruises, and even $100,000. Australia has fairly strict rules when it comes to lotteries and competitions, so I'm curious to see how this will develop locally when the ship is undertaking domestic itineraries. Princess will also offer a range of new sailings that go on sale next week, July 14th at 9 a.m. The departures include the ever-popular Round Australia cruise, this time taking place on Majestic Princess and departing Sydney on March 7th and Brisbane March 9th, 2023. There are a range of new-to-market cruises available between February and April 2023, so if you've previously missed out on a sailing, now might be the time to get in and book your cruise. Last week, P&O released footage of its two newest ships meeting in Italy. Pacific Encounter and Pacific Adventure were together for a brief period before Encounter departed and began her journey south to Australia. Encounter will eventually homeport in Brisbane, offering cruises year-round from the Sunshine State. However, I have been informed that Pacific Encounter is actually en route currently to Sydney. Although not appearing on the New South Wales Port Authority website yet, Encounter is apparently due to arrive in Sydney Harbour at the beginning of August, and will be here for a couple of weeks before relocating to Brisbane to commence her inaugural season. Whilst I don't say this with 100% certainty, I'm fairly confident that this is what is happening, and if it is, I for one am very excited to see Pacific Encounter eventually sail into Sydney Harbour. P&O also released some updated images of Pacific Encounter, giving us a glimpse of the changes and updates that have been made to her public spaces. The X-Star Princess now sports some of P&O's signature spaces, including the Encounter Hotel and the Blue Room. Plus, the Encounter debuts the new to P&O Altitude, which will become the nightlife hotspot perched high on Deck 18. The views during the day are spectacular, and the partying at night will no doubt be just as exciting. That's about it for this week's cruise news update. Wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the cruise restart. If you are looking to book something, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and you can give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. This week, NCL announced that these developments seem to set the course for the removal of the testing requirement on a larger scale in due course. No, just set course.